fake towards the end zone. Down the middle, deep. One-handed catch. How in the world?
You have to be kidding me. That is impossible. That is absolutely impossible what he just did. That may be the greatest catch I've ever seen in my life.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome, week 11 of the Destination Fantasy Podcast. I'm Jamar here with my brother Deshaun once again. How you feeling?
Wonderful, bro. Wonderful. How about yourself?
Hey, man, I can't complain. Hey, we less than a week away from Thanksgiving, so I'm excited for that. All right, so let's jump right into it because we have a jam-packed show today. All right, so Cardinals Seahawks played Thursday night. In my opinion, a very entertaining game. What are your thoughts, really quick?
Honestly, I thought it was going to be a little bit more like fireworks. I thought it was going to be more points scored in that one. But man, kudos to Seattle's defense actually stepping up in this one. They actually rattled Kyler Murray, which affects everyone else up on the Cardinals offense. They had a really good defensive scheme going into the game, and they carried it all the way to the fourth quarter. So you definitely got to tip your hat to that defense because Kyler Murray has been on like an absolute tear.
He definitely has. And you know what? Shout out to the Cardinals defense in their two matchups against Seattle because for whatever reason, like DK Metcalf did not really go off against other opponents like he does against them. So something they're doing it well against them. Just a quick tidbit on that one. All right. News and injuries here. So biggest news is for our fantasy football purposes is the fact that Drew Brees is on IR and they elected to start Taysom Hill instead of Jameis Winston here. And now the real kicker is for the ones that's, on the ESPN platform, I know for sure that Taysom Hill is listed as a quarterback and tight end just for this week. So that is a major loophole for the ones that picked them up. I mean, you start them at tight end, you're going to get yourself a heck of a tight end. But yeah, what are your thoughts on this transaction here? Well, on this movement.
I mean, it's crazy to me, man. This is like the ultimate flex spot right here, right? And so,
Yep.
in ESPN league, you can start this guy as a QB and a tight end. I was at work when the news happened. So about time I got off, everyone grabbed Taysom Hill. So if I, just happen to luck up and grab this guy, man, I'm playing him and definitely at the tight end spot. So you get an extra quarterback. That's insane. So he can go from upwards anywhere between 10 to 20 points, I feel like, up in this one. And that's an upgrade from anyone else you had at the tight end position.
Big fact. So it basically turns the tight end spot into a super flex.
It does. It really does.
Which is very, very insane. So, I mean, I guess we'll see how it goes. We'll get into that matchup later. Speaking of, I guess, that matchup and relevance, Calvin Ridley is returning here. I'm a Ridley owner. You're a Ridley owner. How happy are you?
Man, I'm excited. For one, this kind of more so frees up Julio a little bit more. So those two kind of play off each other pretty well. But for whatever reason, over the past couple of years that Ridley's been on the team, he's been a guy that's been getting those red zone targets. He has been a guy who's been finding pay dirt. So, I mean, I'm loving it. I'm excited about him coming back. As soon as I saw you coming back, automatic start into my, starters. So
fair enough. And then another person coming back, I guess, off injury, Sony Michel. Now, I know with the Patriots running backs, basically you stay clear. You don't mess with them. The only one that I was starting to have a little interest in, it was Damian Harris.
Mm-hmm.
He started to actually look the part. Last time we had I felt like a consistent fantasy running back out of New England was probably Deion Lewis a few years ago, last year there. So I thought he was going to turn into that. But with Sony Michel coming back, I'm definitely staying clear and see what happens with that one.
I'm doing exactly the same, bro. It's like you said, it's the dreaded running back by committee, something that fantasy owners don't want any part of. Again, I thought Damian Harris would separate himself as the main cog in that backfield as well. But, even though Sony Michel is back, it just, throws that backfield even in a more of like a flux. So again, I'm happy for like the Patriots to get another back. You know what I mean? But as far as like fantasy is concerned, I'm staying away from this backfield.
Absolutely. And then you have Joe Mixon going to IR. And I know you own that man in what, 3 leagues?
3 leagues, man. 3 leagues.
And that hurts. So if you don't have Giovanni Bernard, then you probably missed out on a golden opportunity there, because he definitely can fill the void as far as fantasy football relevance.
Absolutely.
And then, and just on a Hail Mary headline here, Dez Bryant is activated again. So who knows? He may make some headlines today. I mean, he may not, but just the fact that he's getting another shot here, I'm happy for. So
I like that as well. I like that as well, man, considering that the Ravens lack some type of wide receiver play like right now. Hollywood Brown just isn't getting it done. Mark Andrews has been, meh for like over like the past couple of weeks. So they need some type of like spark in that receiving core.
Absolutely. And then just a quick rundown of the injuries if you haven't seen it already, or if you just listen to the audio version. As we know, Drew Brees on IR, Zach Ertz still out. Already mentioned Joe Mixon, Christian McCaffrey's out another week. Kenny Golladay and DeAndre Swift both out for the Lions. Sam Darnold, Myles Gaskin still out, and Sammy Watkins, who thought they was going to play, he's out again as well. Teddy Bridgewater, he's a game time decision. He's hopeful to go because definitely have a favorable matchup there today. And like we mentioned earlier, Calvin Ridley and Sony Michel is returning to action. All right. So with that being said, want to get into our fantasy leagues really quick.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So here's our records here. And I'm sorry I had to do it to you last week. I really am, man. So yeah, as far as my side, 7-3, 7-3, and then 6-4 in the rest of my leagues.
Yeah, man. As for me, man, 8-2, 8-2, 6-4, 4-6. With that 4-6 league, okay, man. So Dalvin Cook just needed to score one more point in order for me to be able to win that one. So that one was like heartbreaking, like it really was. And the 3-7 league is going just about as like the record is going. So yeah, it's just been that bad. Again, that's the same league that I have Joe Mixon in. It's just been. Luckily, I was smart enough to go ahead and snag Gio Bernard, and I may play him this week. I'm not. I'm just still uncertain yet.
No, I don't blame you. So I'm going against Vic. Shout out to Vic. If Vic don't really fully set his lineup, Vic about to get smoked here. But I feel like Tyler Lockett definitely set the trend for me this week. I feel like I have a lot of favorable matchups here. I mean, on his side, I mean, I can see that. I mean, he definitely has upside with a couple of players. And also just looking at his bench, I mean, he definitely has some high upside players if he sets his lineup here. But I definitely need a win here. I'm trying to keep pace because my division, I'm leading my division, but they started trying to catch up with me. I don't like that. So I need to do something there. And then I see you got Woody today.
Yep. So I got Woody today. The surprising thing was that Kyler Murray only got 19 points. So they were able to slow him down in one aspect, which was like rushing the football. So he didn't do too much in terms of using his legs, but he did fairly well. 19 points is definitely like serviceable, but from a quarterback of that caliber, fantasy wise, you were definitely expecting a little bit more. So Christian Kirk got me 9 points again. Like they definitely slowed down that offense. So that one was like a little bit of like a shaky start, but definitely serviceable. Carlos Hyde for him did really, really well, man. 79 yards in the TD. So that's 16 from one player versus 28 with two. So he definitely got the one up on me right now. So hopefully I can turn the tables on that.
Yeah, hopefully so. And like you mentioned, you got Gio Bernard there. So, I mean, I guess we'll see what happens on that one. But based on the projection, it should be a close matchup here. So, yeah, we will see what happens. Good luck to you today.
Thank you, my sir. Need all the help I can get in that one.
Man. All right. So me and you discussed off air last week that, we thought about putting together a segment of league winners, potential league winners here.
Mhm.
And basically we pick players that wasn't too obvious, like Patrick Mahomes or
Dalvin Cook
Dalvin Cook or
you know,
DeAndre Hopkins.
yeah.
Yeah. So we pick players that, definitely not too obvious, where you can maybe still snatch up, or maybe even you can trade for that doesn't kill your roster or anything like that. So give me a second here, and I'm going to pull up our little video here and get this thing rolling.
You definitely need some low-key guys up on your team, man, to be able to take you to like the promised land, or help take you to like the promised land.
All right. So with that being said, let's get this thing rolling.
Let's do it.
All right. So the first one, we're gonna do quarterbacks. Jared Goff. He's quarterback 18 on the year as of today. I know, a couple of times he's burned you this year with favorable matchups. I mean, he burned me in my main league, but he has a favorable schedule going down. Bucks, Niners, Cardinals, Patriots, Jets, Seahawks. So the upside is there. So with that being said, I mean, he has a chance to win your league. So, just to, keep that out there. And I'm sure he's available in quite a few leagues.
So I was rolling with Justin Herbert. Herbert right now is still in like the running for offensive, rookie of the year. He can, as you just saw up on like the clip right there, he can do things of both ways. He got a big, strong arm. He can actually use his legs, which a lot of guys are, still kind of sleep on. Good players, good weapons around him. Definitely a favorable schedule going forward. So Justin Herbert is a guy that, if you don't have him, you want to try to trade for him.
All right. So,
DeAndre Swift right here, man, a running back, man. He has been phenomenal over the past couple of weeks. So
yes,
like the volume is there. I'm a big volume guy. Again, he's becoming that typical dual threat running back that we're used to seeing in today's league, and he can get it done. Man. I really like this guy. Hopefully, he is emerging as the main cog in that Lions backfield.
Indeed. All right. So, excuse me. Miles Sanders is next up on the list. Running back 27 on the year thus far. He missed 3 games. Actually, his best game is in this clip right here against I'm sorry, man.
I know, man.
He had 23.9 points in that game. So, with that being said, I mean, his value might be low right now, but a favorable schedule. Browns, Seahawks, Packers, Saints, Cardinals, and Cowboys. So, just keep an eye on him.
All right, another guy. He may be a guy that everybody knows that he's going to produce, but he kind of flies more so up under the radar just because he does play for the Washington football team. But he has a heck of a talent, man. He's a great wide receiver. I definitely tried to trade for him in one of my leagues, but that one just got vetoed like right then and there because I'm like 8-2 in that league. So, yeah, this guy is phenomenal.
All right, next up is Jamison Crowder. 44, wide receiver 44 as of right now. He missed 4 games, but in the games that he played, he scored double digits in every game. He has a high floor because the Jets has no weapons. And the schedule is actually favorable. Chargers, Dolphins, Raiders, Seahawks, Rams, Browns. This Jets team is always going to be playing from behind, so they don't have a chance to put up some points here. I found him today in my work league in free agency. So
crazy, bro.
He has very high value for his ability right now.
All right, so we're getting into tight ends. Hayden Hurst is a part of an offense that likes to throw the ball a ton. And granted, yes, Calvin Ridley will be back this week. We got Julio Jones healthy. Hayden Hurst is there. That can make a pretty good trio of receivers that Matt Ryan has up on his team. Again, Matt Ryan tosses for 5,000 yards basically up on like a yearly basis, win or lose. But some of those targets and some of those yards are going to go Hayden Hurst's way.
Facts. And then lastly, we got Mike Gesicki. Now, as we know, he's touchdown dependent, just like about 90% of the tight ends right now, right? But, his schedule is solid. The Broncos, the Jets, the Bengals, the Chiefs. Now, the Patriots, I know they're tough against tight ends, but they probably – but, hey, the Raiders after that. So, he has a chance here, especially the way that Tua's been playing lately. I mean, he's getting more and more involved with everybody. The chemistry is getting better, so – just saying, if you need an option there, streaming option, tight end 17 on the year right now. And so Yeah, I feel like we definitely hit on some league winners out there that's actually possible for you to obtain here. So just keep that in mind. There's definitely plenty more out there, but these are ones that we definitely want to highlight here for you. So yeah, definitely get your hands on them if you can. All right. With that being said, my brother, we actually going to get into some matchups today. So first one on the list, Pittsburgh at Jacksonville. Do you think this is going to be the game? James Conner finally, comes back and be effective again.
I say yes, and darn it, I need this guy like right now, man. And like the two leagues that I do have him in, over the course of the season, he's been very solid. And I picked him as my RB3. So in my opinion, he has given me that production. But against this Jacksonville defense, which is practically non-existent, I feel like this is a game in which Pittsburgh can actually pull away from, and they'll just run the clock and try to control, possession. So I think this is a game that James Conner can come alive.
Fair enough. Definitely seemed like not only him, but the whole offense itself can definitely put up some points here. So I mean, we'll see what happens there. Hopefully they don't overlook their opponent today. All right. So next one here, Detroit at Carolina. If Teddy Bridgewater is a go, how do you feel about Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore?
I feel great about them. I would start them both. One wide receiver, one wide receiver, two. Like they can give you that type of production, especially in this football game. I like a lot of players off of Carolina today, and I just Robbie Anderson is a guy that I just liked from the beginning of the season. Considering that his projections, he's definitely gonna outplay his projections from at the beginning of the season. So I like all of those guys up on his team today.
Absolutely, Robbie Anderson. I mean, where he went drafted, he's probably the best value of the year thus far.
I think so. One of them for sure.
Absolutely. All right. This here is an interesting matchup. New England at Houston. How do you feel about Cam Newton's potential performance here? Because I feel like, me personally, I feel like he can definitely put up some numbers here today.
Bingo. Again, I just picked up Cam off the waiver wire in one of my leagues because Josh Allen is on the bye. I'm not sure who my quarterback behind him was, but I'm not sure. But I picked up Cam, and I saw the matchup. And Houston's defense again is just out of control. Is not a very good defense. I feel like Cam is going to have 2 rushing touchdowns and 1 passing touchdown in this football game. But ultimately, I think this can be a game which he's going to put up some points. So Cam Newton and his target, what's the
Jacoby Myers?
Jacoby Myers. Those guys should hook up today, and a lot. So I like both of those guys today.
And fair enough. And on the flip side, I expect Deshaun Watson and Houston to put up some numbers as well. So I mean, I see a potential shootout here today. And then next matchup here, Tennessee at Baltimore. Are we finally going to see the Mark Andrews that we saw last year in today's game? Tennessee is ranked at the tight end. This is a perfect matchup for him. What do you think?
I think I'm going to say the yes on this one. And again, I'm going to say that not with a boatload of confidence, but at the same time, I think good things happened last week. Mark Andrews was actually serviceable for people who did play him. And Lamar Jackson targeted him a lot. It's looking like they're trying to make him the focal point of that offense, and rightfully so. He is a talented tight end whenever he is targeted. So I think this is the game that he finally squeaks in that end zone for, Andrews on.
Right. And then on the flip side, is A.J. Brown going to get going today? Do you think Ryan Tannehill can pick up where he, was leaving off at the beginning of the year?
I'm going to say no. Tannehill is not a play for this. And remember what I just said up on one of the last ones was like that I picked up Cam Newton. I'm playing Cam Newton over Ryan Tannehill in this one. So Cam had a better matchup. This one is going to be tight for Tannehill with that Baltimore defense. But I still do believe Derrick Henry will be Derrick Henry. I don't care what team he's going to play against. That's going to be a person that's just going to automatically get his. A.J. Brown will be okay, but in this one, I think he's going to need to, reward, his owners with at least a touchdown to be productive in this one.
Fair enough. From a football standpoint, I'm looking forward to this game.
Great game, football wise. Oh yeah.
So yeah, I'll be tuning in. All right, our next matchup, Philadelphia at Cleveland. I'm safe to assume we are starting Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt against
Both of those guys, man. Dude, they play off each other so well. And this is the bread and butter of this Cleveland offense. No, I do not trust Baker Mayfield. He has shown like signs of, brilliance from game to game. But the main thing that gets this team going is those two in the backfield. Probably the best 1-2 punch in the backfield. Both of these guys can do it. They're basically RB1s. And going forward, I would pretty much treat them like so, especially in PPR leagues with Kareem Hunt. So, man, those guys, that backfield is amazing. Can't say enough good things about it.
Man, facts. And then on the flip side, we're going to see the reemergence of Miles Sanders. I know we mentioned him earlier as part of the league winners. I mean, do you think that he definitely going to start get the ball rolling today?
I think so. If you pay attention to like the game that happened last week, he had a very good game. They want to get this guy going. He was vultured by Boston Scott up on one of them. So if I don't know what's the other guys up in like the backfield, man. Corey Clement even scored in that one. So, if one of those flips, Miles Sanders' way, which it typically would, I really like Miles Sanders in this game, and he is probably the player I'm going to start above all on that Philly offense today.
Fair enough. I'm going to keep my eye on this game. It's not on my to-do list to watch, but I'm going to definitely keep my eye on for sure. All right. This next one here is interesting just because of the new dynamic here. With Taysom Hill as listed as the starting quarterback, Jameis Winston not supposed to be a part of the game plan here. With all that being said, do you think this is probably going to be an Alvin Kamara type game?
I think so. I was expecting it. You was probably expecting it. The world is probably going to expect it. Alvin Kamara should eat in this one. Taysom Hill is, man, like that's so crazy to think that you can utilize him in both spots this week. So I know you say you picked him up, man. So you got to be feeling really confident about actually playing him in like that tight end spot. Which tight end has been, we know how that, position has been going. That's just a automatic upgrade from whatever you would probably be playing up in like the first place.
Facts. And then on the flip side, like we mentioned earlier, Calvin really returning. Do we expect top 20 finishes from Ridley and Julio Jones today?
Yep, easily. Both of them. Wide receiver ones in this one. Now, typically, New Orleans likes to play that, Marshawn Lattimore up on like the best player, but I feel like it's enough guys around, either one of those guys with Hurst and Ridley and Julio Jones to be able to rattle that secondary. So,
facts. So I'm actually going to keep my eye on this game as well. Definitely just a lot of big name, fantasy players are in this game. So we're going to see how this pans out with Taysom Hill moving forward for the foreseeable future. All right. So we got Cincinnati at Washington. Washington's actually been pretty good against the pass here lately. So with that being said, and Joe Mixon out, is this really the Gio show today?
I think so. I think you'll see a lot of Giovanni Bernard. I think you'll see a lot of Tyler Boyd up in this one going forward. Those are the two names that's going to stick out to me from an offensive standpoint upon like that Cincinnati offense. On paper, I think this is a good football game, man. Washington has a very good front, man, and like they can really shut down the run. So that's why I was weary about playing Gio Bernard in this one. And I was actually leaning for the running back inside of Washington's backfield, which is J.D. McKissic. So J.D. McKissic over like the past couple of weeks has like 18 catches or something like that, which is ridiculous on like 20-something like targets. So he's becoming like one of those, Alex Smith favorites for right now. So I'm still in undecided right now which one of those guys I'm going to play. But for me, it's looking like it's leaning towards J.D. McKissic. But again, I could change my mind.
Fair enough. This is a good game. I think I actually picked Cincinnati to win this game, but just because Joe Burrow's the real deal. All right. Next one here. Justin Herbert has been putting up points after points, and I assume we're not gonna see any slowdown here today, right?
I'm completely with you. And this is one of my guys who I said that can potentially win you your league. Okay, he's not one of the bigger, flashier names like a Mahomes or like a Kyler Murray, but he can give you similar production. I think he's been giving you 20 plus points over the past, maybe I don't know, five starts that he has had or something like that. Again, he has weapons around him. He has Mike Williams. He has Keenan Allen. Backfield is in a little bit of a flux, but again, this guy, he can just get it done in both facets too. And don't be sleep if he, rushes one in, because he has the ability to do so.
Definitely. And then on the other side, Jamison Crowder is probably the only Jets player we're playing today, right?
Yep. Staying away from everyone else, man. I think, again, like you mentioned earlier, which was a very, very valid point, this guy does nothing but put up double-digit points, and it's going to happen again today, considering the way that offense has been going. So Jamison Crowder can be a wide receiver too, play today, up in my opinion.
Fair enough. So definitely not watching this game, but I'm looking forward to looking forward to the numbers Herbert's putting up. He's my starting quarterback in my 16-team league, so definitely need all the points I can get. Now, my other quarterback that I have on my bench in my 16-teamer is Tua. Man, how do you think this Miami offense is going to fare well in Mile High?
Man, I don't lie. Shout out to my brother, man. My brother Nate, who is a big, Denver Bronco fan. Shout out to Corey Looney. Man, he's a big Denver Broncos fan. But man, y'all suck. Drew Lock is not that guy, bro. Dude, he threw 4 interceptions last week or something like that?
I think I watched 2 of them live on Red Zone, man.
It's dude, who are you throwing the football to? With this team having that much talent, and they are a talented football team whenever they are healthy. I like the emergence of Jerry Jeudy. He's going to be a guy who I'm going to definitely keep my eyes on in this football game. I really like him, and he's been coming along, and he's been trying to establish himself as the main guy. KJ Hamler has been pretty good. But yeah, Drew Lock, man, he's just not that dude. He's not that dude.
I feel you. I definitely feel you, man.
Let me ask you this, man. How do you feel about Miami? The way they have been playing, man. How do you think Miami, can they actually make a playoff run here with that team? It seems like Tua has been, playing pretty well for a rookie. What do you think?
Absolutely. I actually got them finishing 10-6.
Wow. Okay.
The defense, I think that was probably the biggest thing for me. The defense has been solid, really solid, and they they definitely don't play down to their competition. I feel like they handle business. Tua, week after week, is looking better and better. The eye test shows man, is that the Bama Tua? Is that the one that was coached by Nick Saban and not the one that was banged up? So I mean, I like it, and he got some accuracy on that deep ball. So I'm just saying. But no, to answer your question, I do see Dolphins making a playoff run for sure. They got a favorable schedule too, so
definitely.
All right, so we're gonna get into somebody that's near and dear to your heart here. Dallas at Minnesota. Man, I feel like the cook is gonna cook us something today, but definitely need your stamp of approval, Mr. Best running back in the league.
Yes, man. I do. I'm super adamant on it. So he had a tough matchup last week, right? Very tough. And man, you guys pretty much did everything you could in order to shut him down. And he still was fairly productive. I think he had just under 100 yards rushing in that football game. It took him many, many attempts to get that. And you guys played him probably the best that anyone has played on this season. And he was still productive. So given that Dallas, they ain't Chicago, bro. So I feel like this is a Dalvin Cook game in which he's going to give you 26 points minimum. Minimum. I said minimum 26 points. So this will be the Dalvin Cook show again. Justin Jefferson, God, man, this dude is the real deal. I think they have found their replacement for Stephon Diggs, who is performing well in Buffalo, but this younger receiver has it all. It even showed his little bit of toughness when he was getting inside the guy's face, man. Like to see that from a rookie, man. So
absolutely.
Justin Jefferson is a great young wide receiver, and I'm looking forward to seeing him develop over these next few weeks.
Man, yeah, Minnesota definitely has two key players that can put up some big numbers today. I expect the chef. I'm calling him the chef now to go Fogo de Chao on the Dallas Cowboys today. So get your filet mignon going. So all right. So next matchup here, this is interesting. Very interesting. Because as we know, like the Colts defense, really good. They're at home. Aaron Rodgers has been great this year. But how do you feel today with
I'm gonna say this, man. Shout out Victor Young. Shout out Jeremy Thomas. Shout out Chris Ford. I'm rolling with Indianapolis today, okay? And the Colts defense has been great, and they have answered every question mark I had for them this year. I was kind of, skeptical on like the skeptical side. Like, does Phillip Rivers have like enough in like the tank? Basically, he's becoming like a game manager. I like Nyheim Hines in this football game a lot, man. Like a lot, and I get it. They have some other terrific names in that backfield, but it just seems like Phillip Rivers has this rapport with Nyheim Hines right now. So, and I think that's going to carry to like the end of the season. I'm going to say the Colts win by a minimum. I'm going to say the Colts by 3 in this football game.
By 3.
Yep.
All right. And then really quick, I know Davante Adams was banged up, but he's cleared to play. Do we see any slowdown with his performance today?
A bit. But again, Davante Adams, I'm a big volume guy. That volume is going to always be there. Even if he gets, let's say he gets 14 targets, he's going to turn 6 or 7 of those into catches, and that's going to be, a productive enough day for him to warrant wide receiver 1 value. So I just think that no team can truly stop Davante Adams. He's just that good of a wide receiver, but you can definitely do something to slow him down. And this is a game which I wouldn't expect too much out of him. I wouldn't expect that big 25 to 30 point game as we used to see him.
Right. And then, also let me ask you this, because dawned on me, they got Aaron Jones, and Aaron Jones, coming back from injury hasn't been the Aaron Jones. How do you feel today?
I feel like that they need to sprinkle in a little bit of a Jamal Williams in order to keep his legs like fresh. I don't know if it's just him, missing a couple of weeks and he just needs a couple of games to get back up in game form. Now, granted, Aaron Jones has been terrific. He's a good running back. I think he does enough, again, for you to still want to start him. You're going to start him anyway, right? He's Aaron Jones. You're not going to leave him up on your bench and he's going to go off for 19 to 20 points up in this football game. So I would start him, but temper your expectations a little bit. That Colts defense is the real deal. If they were in Green Bay, it would be a little bit of a different story, but they're in that, and I think that the Colts will get it done today.
Facts. All right, so our Sunday night game, we got Kansas City at Las Vegas. Just from a football standpoint, I personally feel like the Kansas City Chiefs is going to stump the Raiders for what they did to them. I mean, their only loss was against the Raiders. But as far as fantasy relevance, I feel like CEH is going to have a game. Do you feel the same way?
I feel exactly the same way, man. And again, like who would have thunk it? Las Vegas beating Kansas City. Again, so this is going to be like a payback game. I think, Patrick Mahomes throws for 4 to 5 touchdowns in this football game, and they're probably going to sit him sometime during the fourth quarter. I think it's just going to be that big of a separation. Again, they did have a week off, so hopefully they don't come off from this a little bit groggy, but I see a lot of Patrick Mahomes, a lot of CEH in this one.
All right. And then on the other side, is Waller the baller going to have another great game?
Yep, I think so. He's a tight. He's basically a wide receiver, right? So he is like the best, offensive weapon on that team behind the running back there. So I feel like this is going to be an okay game for him. This is going to be a game in which I think they're going to have to throw a bunch in order to stay competitive in this one. So yeah, Waller the baller should have a pretty good game in this one.
All right, and then we got a question here from Scott. Would you start CEH over Ballage or Bernard? Me personally, matchup-wise and based on the game flow, I would give the slight edge to CEH, more so over Bernard, because I know Bernard is the main guy right now. Washington front, excuse me, Washington front is solid, like you mentioned earlier, Deshaun.
Mm-hmm.
And I know, CEH more so. He in this matchup, even though Le'Veon Bell is there, but I feel like CEH is definitely, he has majority of the split there, and has, in my opinion, has more of the goal line touches since Le'Veon Bell getting there. So me personally, I would take CH slightly over Bernard. I know Balazs has a fantastic matchup as well against the Jets, but if I was to rank them, I would put CH 1, Bernard 2, Balazs 3. That's just my opinion. What's your thoughts, Deshaun?
Man, so you're getting this deep into like the season, right? And CEH is a guy that you drafted to be the main guy. Just let him be that main guy for this week. I get it. Kalen Balazs he's been fantastic, man. Gio Bernard with Joe Mixon out has the ability to become a running back 2 in this week. But man, I'm just gonna go with the main guy on that team. And out of these 3 rather, and that's CEH. I think he has a really good game. And out of all the 3, I think he's going to be the one to find pay dirt. So I'm going CEH over the 2. But that's a pretty good, trio of running backs to have this week.
Absolutely. So basically, yeah, you have a great problem to have. So, hopefully, we was able to help you out there, man. Appreciate the question, Scott. Our buddy Stone saying good morning.
Stone, what's good, bro?
Absolutely. And then he also asked, basically, Miles Sanders or Mike Davis. Go ahead and go first on this one.
Man, you know what? I'm gonna go flip a coin here. You know what? Let me go ahead and go over slightly to the Miles Sanders side, just slightly, because I feel like he's gonna do it both ways. I feel like he's gonna get it done through the air as well as on the ground. Mike Davis has been great, but again, I think they're really looking forward to getting Miles Sanders going in this football game. And like I said, earlier up in today's show, that if Sanders wasn't vultured, he would have had a heck of a lot of a better game this past week. So let me give slight edge, and I mean slight, to Miles Sanders this week.
Same with you. I know Mike Davis has been serviceable, and that's fine. And basically got another good problem to have here. But like you mentioned, Miles Sanders, they are looking to get that man going. He definitely has higher upside, in my opinion. As we know, Eagles are lacking weapons, and Miles Sanders being back, and they trying to get him on, more involved in the offense here. I just like Miles Sanders a little bit better than Mike Davis.
I just feel like he can be able to hit. It only takes him one play to score, as you saw in that Pittsburgh game. So
yeah, so appreciate the insight, Stone, and question. We got another one here from The Only Way Is Rugby. Whoo! P. Ryan or Sexy Rex Burkhead? Whoo!
How? He said, "Don't ask." I'm in this situation. That's funny, man. Oh man, that's tough, bro. Oof. Man, I'm gonna let you take this one real quick. That is something. I'm still leaning towards P. Ryan, man. I really am.
You are. I guess by default, it would be P. Ryan for me as well, and that's just because the uncertainty of the backfield in New England for me, and that's because Sony Michel is back. So I don't know what to expect today. I really don't. It just, if I was, I'd be basically throwing a shot in the dark. I don't know.
I'm gonna say this. So I'm not. So The Only Way Is Rugby. I'm not sure if you're, playing in a PPR league. I would say let's go Burkhead if you're playing in PPR. If you're standard, let's go P. Ryan, because the simple fact that I can still see Cam Newton dumping the ball off to Burkhead again. A little bit of uncertainty there, considering that since what you said, Jamar, that Sony Michel is back, it's a little bit uncertainty in that backfield. PPR, go ahead and go with Sexy Rex. If you in complete standard, P. Ryan is your guy.
I stand behind that. So best of luck to you. I'm not even going to ask how you got in that situation, but But hopefully we can, definitely help, with your situation there. So thank you for the question. And then, really quick, basically got a, appreciation post from Scott. Appreciate you, man. We really do. Appreciate all the support.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
Indeed. So, and then Stone said 4-hit monster.
it really is, bro. And it's just like it's like playing musical chairs, as I always like to say. You think a guy's gonna do good because he just had like a 30-point week, and you just gonna think you're gonna play this guy, and then as soon as you play him, like the next guy like pops off. So that one is definitely tricky. So man, that's a bad position to be in. Man, hopefully he's in like a deeper league or he got some people like injured or something like that. But that's rough, bro. Hopefully you do pull out from that one.
For real. It's like in New England, it's like it's a bunch of like I look at it like women. It's like a bunch of girls you like, but you can't get attached to them, right? Because I was starting to get attached to Damian Harris, but then all of a sudden Sony Michel coming back and Bill Belichick, like, don't even do it. Don't go, bro. So I like I said, not sure. Just wait and see on that one. So we appreciate the question, man. Hopefully we can help you.
Oh, no doubt, Rugby. No doubt.
All right. So wait, we got another one. All right, this is a better situation. All right, DJ Moore or Jamison Crowder?
Okay, so let me go ahead and go first. So DJ Moore, Jamison Crowder. DJ Moore has who again this week, Jamore?
They are playing the Lions.
The Lions, and Crowder's playing.
Crowder is playing the Chargers.
Okay, so if DJ Moore, I think this one depends upon Teddy Bridgewater whether he's playing a lot. I like DJ Moore a lot in this one because I think he has more ability to score a touchdown. But Crowder isn't a bad play either. Both of these guys are very serviceable. So this one is a much better situation than like the last one. But I'm definitely leaning a little bit towards like Moore just a bit.
All right. So for me, it depends on Teddy Bridgewater as well. If he plays, then how I look at it is DJ Moore definitely has the higher ceiling here because of his big playability. Crowder's floor is absolutely probably one of the best floors across fantasy football.
No doubt. Double
digits in every game that he's played. I know he missed 4 games, but he was mentioned in our league winter segment. So and he's almost quarterback proof as far as his floor. Sam Darnold's not playing. I mean,
doesn't matter. Flacco's there. Yep. He just gets it done. So this one is a pretty good question, Rugby. So both of those guys are pretty good plays there.
Yep. And my final take on that. So if Bridgewater's not playing, I'm starting Crowder. If Bridgewater is playing, it all depends on what you need. If you looking for the home run, need roll the dice there. More if you looking for safe points, Crowder it is.
That's man, I like that.
So definitely appreciate another question from you, man. So all right, so we did finish wrapping up Kansas City and Las Vegas, right?
Yep.
All right, so Monday night's game. Whew. From a football standpoint, I cannot wait to watch this game. I really can.
Good football game. 2 good teams that's looking to, separate themselves in their divisions. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the Tampa Bay side. So I've been getting like a bunch of questions about which wide receiver to start, and I think we hit on this a little bit, last week. And if you're gonna go with the wide receiver in the offense, it has to be Mike Evans. Mike Evans is the main guy. Right after that, and I mean just right after that, is Godwin. Okay, everyone else is second. I get it. Antonio Brown, terrific talent. Rob Gronkowski is a great tight end who has been coming on strong these past couple of weeks. But those main 2 guys, whenever they are healthy, Mike Evans, red zone threat. I think he's been targeted the most in the red zone out of all wide receivers this season. And Godwin, whenever he is healthy, he's a catch machine. So those are going to be the main 2 guys who you're going to play. I got a question for you, Jimmy.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay, go ahead. You first.
All right, so the Rams having Jalen Ramsey.
Yep.
Mike Evans.
Yep.
Does that change up your order for tomorrow's game?
It does, but then again, it doesn't. Considering that, I think they're going to be able to move that guy. Look, when you got this many pieces, you can interchange which sides they play on, just because you want to get that favorable matchup. Ramsey, great, and he has been doing a good job this year at playing well up on whatever wide receiver he has. But granted, again, this is a team in which you and I believe they just got maybe way too many weapons, man. So it does change it slightly whenever you're going up against a DB's caliber and Jalen Ramsey, but I'm still holding true to my guns in this one. So
yeah. Fair enough. All right, what's your question?
Okay, so Rojo, right? So he has been broken off for like that big, what was it, like 90-something yard run this past week? I had him on my bench, bro, and that was the game in which I lost by 1 point when I had Dalvin Cook.
Come on,
I definitely wasn't gonna play him over Dalvin Cook, but I could have definitely stuck him in my flex. How do you feel about Jones in this football game?
We know the Rams defense this year has been solid.
It has. Mm-hmm.
I guess depends on the Bucs game plan. I mean, just don't be like Chicago was and run towards Aaron Donald like some idiots. I'm still mad at my team. We've seen situations where you have lack of better options for a flex play, right?
Yeah.
So I guess depends on your options here. I mean, if you don't feel comfortable, if you don't have anybody with higher upside, or somebody floor isn't high enough, and you want to put in Rojo, by all means, because at the bottom line is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers still has a high power offense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you mentioned, they have pass catcher after pass catcher. They kind of look like the NFC version of the Chiefs on paper.
That's fair.
And so with that being said, it should create opportunities for Jones to maybe even find the end zone, because if everybody's focused on the pass catchers, you still have Jones, that can still get one loose. I mean, he has that ability. And that can be said any week based on the talent on this offense. So I'm pretty sure there's better running backs to start as far as your RB1 and RB2. Mm-hmm. But as a flex option, I personally don't mind it. Just it all depends on what your situation is in this particular matchup.
Okay.
As far as the Rams, I mean, it's a tough matchup both ways, because both defenses have points in time have shown to definitely dominate a game. Robert Woods, I'm not a fan of today. Cooper Kupp, possibly. Jared Goff, I know he was on the list of possible league winners as somebody you can probably pick up that's off the street on your in your league. This year is a tough matchup, but I feel like there's going to be a lot of opportunity for him just based on probably the points that's being scored here. That running back situation. I mean, Malcolm Brown, that was last week, right? Where he had
two touchdowns.
Yeah. And then, Darrell Henderson coming back. I don't think Cam Akers playing, but you basically it has running back by committee written all over it, even though they want to give the guy to the hot hand. So, I mean, in this matchup, this is one of those just like Tampa Bay. Like, if you have better situation, better, players that you can put in your flex here or in your running back slot, by all means. I mean, it all depends on your situation. I feel like this game is situational based. I have Antonio Brown in every league. I'm not starting today because I have better matchups with other players.
Okay.
Chris Godwin, I think I got him in 2 leagues. I think I'm starting him in 1. It's just based on who do you have on your roster, what their matchups is, what's your situation. This game is situational based, in my opinion.
I'm with you. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. No, just in general, I guess it's just a lot of good football this weekend. I'm excited. Thursday, is it safe for me to announce that we gonna be
We will be live on Thursday for Thanksgiving, man. So definitely tune in with us as we will be giving you the rundown of the rest of the week from like Thursday. So I'm excited. Jamar's excited. So yeah, check in with us.
Yep. Same time Thursday, 7:15 Central, 8:15 Eastern time. We will be live Thursday. Just like you said, we are breaking down Thursday's games before everybody, starts stuffing their face. And then we'll definitely preview Sunday's games. So definitely have plenty of time there for those matches as well. So, all right, is there anything you want to add here before we take off?
Yeah, man. Hashtag Steeler Nation. Hashtag here we go.
Here you go. And just to reiterate, if you all don't know, Destination Fantasy Podcast can be found, as you know, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, audio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts from. Check out the Destination Fantasy website. We have gear for your favorite teams. And also, if you just want to support the brand, we have gear for that as well. We have hoodies, we have shirts, we have joggers, we have dad hats. We have more things coming in store. We have a Black Friday sale. So definitely please stay tuned. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat. We're there. So basically just be on the lookout. And you definitely do not want to miss our Black Friday special there. Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to Swift coming back as well. He definitely was mentioned as part of our possible league winners as well.
Yep, definitely one of my favorite guys. That's why I wanted to implement him on the list in which we had. The volume has been there for that guy. He's been terrific. So I know he's missing this week. But whenever he does get back healthy, hopefully that backfield will be his. Love Swift, love him.
Absolutely, man. And I know you mentioned you accidentally. Well, prematurely dropped him early in the year, but
I did, man. I did. But it was for Antonio Gibson, who has been the better back overall this year. But looking toward the end of the season, I'm liking Swift a lot.
Absolutely. And this particular episode will be available on podcast platforms as instantly as soon as the show is ended. So be on the lookout for that. Definitely appreciate everyone's support. Appreciate the questions. Thank you, Stone, Scott. The only way is rugby. Thank you all. Until next time. See you Thursday.
Peace.